What's up, guys? It's TRT77 here with my week 9 game of WPF Magikarp. This week I'm super hyped because we take on Cherry. Now, if you don't know Cherry is a homie. I will leave his link in the description. It should be always in the description, pretty much, with the other WPF coaches. So this week you can see based on his team. We've got our work cut out for ourselves. He has got a team of Mega Arrow, Jirachi, Chandelure, Rotamo, all very threatening offensive mons, and then he's got such a good, and also Haxorus, and then he's got like really good defensive mons along with that with like Pex. Sylveon can just eat hits for days if I'm not Bandit Urshifu. Girder can be just really annoying for my team. Zoroark is perhaps maybe like a weaker point in his team, but other than that, like, this team is a very good team, and he is 8-0 going into this week, so we really have our work cut out for us. But keep in mind, we're also technically undefeated. I mean, since we've taken over the team, we are 5-0. But I can't wait for this game. This game is probably the game I've been most hyped about for some time now, outside of like BDL postseason. But yeah, so starting off our team builder, I have got Slowbro Mega coming back in. Kind of a no-brainer set because Mega Arrow exists, and Slowbro Mega is just dumb, honestly, on the physical defensive side. Future Sight, Teleport. You know I love my Future Sight spam. It's just so good alongside Urshifu and Melmetal for that passive damage. We've got Life Orb, Sheer Force, Rocks, Nidoqueen with 3 attacks with Wave, Earth Power, and Ice Beam. I have got I've got Assault Vest Melmetal coming in this week. We have Rock Tomb on Melmetal because I know Cherry likes to make those. He likes to make risky doubles because that's like how he gets his positioning right based on what I've seen of him. And I just know there's some point where he's going to predict my switch out and double into Sylveon. And Rock Tomb's a decent mid-ground there that could give me the jump on Sylveon. Especially if he's like Specs, Mystical Fire or something, we'd then outspeed min-speed Sylveon. Which I doubt he has much incentive to run speed on Sylveon versus my team. Next up we have Choice Scarf Urshifu. This is just going to be like our designated revenge killer. If we get rocks up, it should knock out basically everything outside of maybe Sylveon. But it is like Urshifu is got a little bit of a, like, in terms of overall power, it doesn't bring the same power to the table without the choice band set, obviously. So we don't one-shot things quite as freely with Wicked Blow. But it's a pretty standard set overall. Now coming to our 2 specialized sets for this week. We have Wide Lens Stun Spore Whimsicott. Yeah, you heard that right. Now I have Wide Lens because I didn't think I needed any other item. Stun Spore is just so good against his team, with Aero Mega and with Chandelure being absolutely huge threats. If we can para even one of those things, that would be just huge for this team. We got Defog there, obviously, because he has a webs component to his team with Raibombi, and I just don't want to risk Urshifu becoming basically useless because of the webs. Moonblast for Haxorus and just stab. And we have Encore this week because obviously if he starts to set something up, if he sets up a sub or a Dragon Dance, Encore is perfect to just stuff that right there. And we have the firepower to switch into something and knock it out the next turn. Our last set on this builder is Talonflame, and this is a trapping Talonflame. His team, honestly, I feel like if I can remove one of Sylveon or Pex, if I can trap and remove one of them, this game just becomes so much easier from that moment. Being able, Fire Spin will trap them, Taunt will take away the recovery options, and neither of them, I think Pex Scald is a 3-hit KO based on the spread we have, but Sylveon doesn't even 3-hit KO us unless it's Specs. So, Fire Spin, Taunt, Roost, Brave Bird. I wanted to have Will-O-Wisp on this set because it would also hit Arrow, but Brave Bird does hit Chandelure, which I think is the bigger threat of the two, and hence I have Brave Bird on there. So that's all for now, guys. I will jump right into the game, guys. Now jumping into the game, guys, as you can see, he has brought quite a lot of his scary mons here. Obviously, Chandelure and Aero Mega are the biggest threats, but I think We got 5 of 6 of these pretty much predicted. I did not expect Haxorus to come, I think. But it is also a threat. But I think with Encore and Whimsicott, we should be fine in theory against Haxorus on the most part. So here, I'm going to lead Urshifu here because looking at this team, we should be faster than any Scarf, or at least speed tying a Scarf Haxorus. I doubt he wants to risk Haxorus turn 1 to Urshifu, because I don't think there's anything, unless he clicks close combat, I don't think, even that I'm not sure if it kills Urshifu. But either way, that's what we're going to lead. We're going to lead with Urshifu, guys. And I'm just going to click U-turn here, because this is the freest Sylveon switch-in of his life. Yep, and we get a good bit of, like, well, some damage in Sylveon. We go straight into Melmetal. Now here I'm going to click the Rock Tomb because I want to see what his primary Melmetal switch-in is. I want to see if he's got Helmet first and foremost. And I want to see if his primary switch-in is Pex or Rotom. I was expecting it to be Rotom, and that's what it ended up being. But Rotom is leftovers, which is kind of good for us. I'm just going to go back into Whimsicott here. And here, he's going to switch into Chandelure to scout for the Scarf. Good play on his part. But we're going to get the Stun Spore off. This is so good for us. I am so glad we got the Stun Spore off there. Because paralyzing what I think is definitely Scarf Chandelure, absolutely huge to our endgame. He clicks the Shadow Ball and jeez, that does a lot. That Spit F drop doesn't matter. He was going to two-shot me anyway if we were in that situation. But I'm going to go into Nidoqueen here as he makes a double out into Arrow. Here, I don't want to let Arrow set up for free, so I stay in and click the Ice Beam. I knew nothing killed us for sure. Even if it was Adamant, I think we lived on like 10 or something like that, 10 or 15 or something. So I did go for the Ice Beam, and he does have some HP investment. He is definitely jolly. Gonna double into Bro here as he reveals the Roost. So that means he doesn't have coverage for everything. He probably doesn't have Crunch on this set, looking at that. So I either way have to Mega up here because I don't want to risk crunching and missing. But here I'm going to click the Future Sight and he's going to double in Chandelure as we teleport out. I'm going to go straight into Urshifu because I think that's guaranteed faster even though he's paralyzed. They're like guaranteed one-shots. And I'm going to U-turn, which now reveals that Pex is 100% Fizz Def. And is 100% rock, and it's rocking the Rocky Helmet. So we're just gonna go into Nidoqueen here, and the Future Sight does so much to Pex. That is beautiful. That is what I wanted to see out of bringing Future Sight Urshifu spam. This is why we have Future Sight and Urshifu together. I'm gonna just get up rocks here because I know it's super important at this stage to get rocks up to start chipping down both Arrow and Chandelure. And honestly, rocks affects his whole team. He doesn't have a rock resist on this team. I'm going to go into Slowbro here, no drawbacks play, as he does click the Earthquake. Now, I'm going to click Teleport here just because I know for a fact that he's probably switching out. And go back into Nidoqueen. And we just click the Sludge Wave because even though if he goes Arrow there, we did kill Fizzdef Pex at 23. It was 27 min roll. And if he went Arrow, he went Arrow. Like, I wasn't too bothered. We just go back into Slowbro. So he goes into Sylveon and he reveals that he's Kebiaberry, which I think now that he's probably got the Psychic move on here because of that. Because that would mean that this was probably a Sylveon that could have taken a Sludge Wave and then killed me with like Psyshock, which is actually a really good bring on his part. And here he obviously can't stay in and risk me being faster. And we get a good amount of chip off on Arrow. Here I'm just going to go into Slowbro, safe plays. He does click the Earthquake, which I understand that he probably didn't want to roost there in case I called his roost and clicked Earth Power, which is completely reasonable. But I don't think I was ever going to make that play in that situation just because Nidoqueen just did so much more in this game. He does click the Roost here, and I'm not going to switch out here. I'm just going to click the Scald, and we get a butt ton of damage off. And he does reveal the Dual Wing Beat as his next move as we take out Arrow with Slowbro Mega. So this is absolutely huge for us early game, guys. We've gotten rid of one of his biggest threats. We've parried Chandelure. We've got huge chip off on Sylveon and Pex. So this is like the ideal start to the game for us. I'm just going to go here into Whimsicott. It's what we have it for. He does... That Volt Switch roll reveals he does have no special attack on Rotom. Or it was an absolute like really bad roll. But yeah, He does get the wish off here. He clicks a protect, but this is going to let us roost off Talonflame, which I'm super happy about because now we can actually put in work with Talonflame. Here, I'm going to click the Fire Spin because if he's staying in, well and good. And now we have trapped Sylveon. And I'm going to click the Taunt here. As he does click the Side Shock, it does absolutely nothing because obviously we have a bulky Talonflame. Here, I'm just going to roost off the damage. This is great for us right now because judging by that, he's not got a lot of special attack. And we can chip down and finish Sylveon off here, hopefully, barring a crit. He does click Protect here as we did click the Taunt. But I was not too concerned because the next turn, he was in Fire Spin range. And Talonflame picks up an absolutely meteoric kill on Sylveon. This is a great start to the game for us. And he goes Pex here. And I don't give a crap about Talonflame at this point. It's done its job. Its job was to trap one of Pex or Sylveon. And that was it. And we're just going to click Taunt here so he doesn't get the free recover. And he does click Recover, which works out in our favor. So we still keep Talonflame here because now I can just roost it off. And now he goes into Chandelure. And here I'm just going to click the Brave Bird. If he kills us, he kills us. But he goes for the Flamethrower, predicting the switch here, which fair play to him. It was actually worth predicting the switch there because obviously I was roosting off Talonflame. I was obviously trying to keep it healthy. But Jesus Christ, how does Flamethrower still do like 37 to Talonflame, to bulky Talonflame? Chandelure is just such a good Pokemon, guys. But either way, I'm going to roost off here. Try to see if I can save as much HP as possible. But honestly, at this point, I should have just clicked Brave Bird. And that's what we do. We do click the Brave Bird and we're going to take out Chandelure. So this is an absolutely crazy start of the game for us. We're up 6-3 early. He goes into Haxorus here. Here, I'm just going to, again, I don't value Talonflame so much anymore because it's done its job. It's done more than its job. It's gotten rid of Sylveon. It's gotten rid of Chandelure. It prevented Pex from recovering. It's done more than its job. I'm just going to click Taunt here so that he doesn't get the Dragon Dance. If he clicks Scale Shot, I go Whimsicott and click Encore. Depending on what move he clicks here, we will see. And he does click the Close Combat. We have Flame Body, but we don't get the Flame Body. Yeah, we don't get the Flame Body here. And I'm just going to go hard into Whimsicott because... and also we lose Talonflame, but yeah. I'm just going to go hard into Whimsicott here because we lose nothing by clicking Moonblast here. But here first, I'm going to click the Sunspore, thinking that he might stay in. Because if he click the Sunspore, if I click the Sunspore there, I'm pretty sure I just won with Melmetal. At this stage, I think we pretty much... no, sorry, I win with Nidoqueen at that stage. But here we do click the Sunspore. And unfortunately, I think the Sunspore was a misplay on my part. I think maybe I could have just clicked Moonblast there. Either way, we're just going to click the Moonblast here. Not too worried. He's clearly Fizz Def. And we do get the drop on Rotom, which is pretty unfortunate, honestly. Like, I think that was... it's going to end up mattering in like about a second. Spoiler alert. We're going to go into Nidoqueen here as he clicks the Plane Split, which I think I was really lucky to switch out on that turn. I did not predict the Plane Split. I'm not going to sit here and take credit for something I didn't know was going to happen. I did not scout for the Plane Split and I didn't know that was going to happen. Although it ends up looking like a sick play. Here I know at -1 Leaf Storm doesn't kill us with our spread. And Sludge Wave is going to pick up the kill on Rotom. So we're up 5-2. And here again, I'm just going to stay in. I'm just going to click the Ice Beam. If he wants to kill me, he can kill me. Nidoqueen has more than done its job. We have more than enough chip on Haxorus as well. And Nidoqueen is going to go down here to Haxorus. And now I'm just going to go in Slowbro Mega. We take anything and just slack off. So that's what I'm planning on doing. Just slacking off here. I'm going to click the Future Sight here because it's an easy play. And here I'm just going to teleport as he clicks Toxic. And here I'm going to go to Whimsicott. And him clicking Toxic was great for us because we haven't revealed Encore yet. And that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to click the Encore as he is unable to switch out. And we get rid of Toxapex with a Future Sight. So Slowbro picking up its second kill. This has been absolutely great. And here I'm obviously faster. I'm pretty sure I'm faster. I just clicked the Moonblast either way. If I was not faster, like if he was Choice Scarf, then he clicks Poison Jab, Melmetal comes in, clicks Double Iron Bash, and wins. So I just wanted to click the Moonblast there for the win, as Whimsicott picks up another kill, and we are going to pick up the 4-0 win over the Rose Tower, Copperajahs, and Cherry. GG's to Cherry. This was, I think for him this was a tough matchup, but at the same time, like, this game, as much as the result is 4-0, I don't think it was that. There's just so much potential for his team to just come in. Like, there's always scenarios in this game where I lost going even into that last slack off with Mega Slowbro. It came down to a few things. For one, the stun spore play on Chandlo, absolutely huge. It was very difficult for him to come back after that, because Chandlo was such a huge threat to my team. The other thing was me being able to trap Sylveon. That was absolutely huge again, because I don't know if he was... I'm pretty sure he had not had Heal Bell, but either way, that would have been... trapping Sylveon is very, very important for us. And outside of that, I feel like we did manage Aero well, and we did manage to play Pex pretty well. Compared to, like, normally Pex is just so annoying. I feel like this is the best game I've played against Pex in terms of how I've managed the turns well and keeping the pressure. And I have to say this, like, I feel like in a team with Urshifu and Melmetal, Slowbro, Mega, and Nidoqueen are slowly becoming, like, going to the top of my favorite Mons list to use in this format. They're both just so useful, and Nidoqueen's bulk just transcends what anyone thinks it is. It just never gets one shot easily. But GG's to Cherry. We move on now to 6-3 plus 9, guys. We've won 6 in a row since taking over this team, which has been absolutely nuts. Hopefully now at this point, I think we go to the top of our division without a single division win, because all the division games, the initial 3 division games were played when we took over this team. But the next 3 games, the last 3 games of the season, are going to be division games. So hopefully we can lock up playoffs, guys. We should have our other uploads up soon as well this week. We did receive a week 8 forfeit for TBA, so there will be no TBA this week. We, however, will have our BDL semi-final, our UPA Showdown week 2 games going up soon. So this is TRT77, guys, and this is me signing off.